tracking. In fact, this is in connection with Jammu and Kashmir, where the day 2 of encounter in Rajouri is concerned. Crackdown on terror in the valley. In fact, what we do know is that the second terrorist has been gunned down, which indicates a clear, big win for security forces. So that's the big development that we're tracking as far as Rajouri encounter that is concerned, where top LET terrorists among 2 that have been killed. All right, so that's the latest that we're picking up as far as the day 2 of Rajouri encounter is concerned. Crackdown on terror in the valley. Now, we do know earlier that one terrorist was killed, who was a top LET terrorist. But now the latest on that front is that the second terrorist has also been gunned down. But as we speak, the encounter is underway in the Rajouri section of Jammu and Kashmir. This is, of course, clearly a big win for security forces. Top LET terrorists are among the 2 killed. So as we track all the inputs, as far as this is concerned, this is the latest that we do know. Remember, earlier, the Pakistani terrorist had been shot dead, and now Now reports are coming in that 2 terrorists have been gunned down. I'm taking that across to my colleague Pradeep, who joins me live. Pradeep, this is a big win for the forces as far as crackdown on terror in the valley is concerned. But we do know now that 2 terrorists have been killed.
Yes, you're absolutely right. In fact, a big victory for security forces. They had been able to eliminate 2 Pakistani-sponsored Lashkar terrorists. One of them was a Pakistani commander, Qari. He was eliminated earlier. Now his associate has also been killed. For the last 3-4 days, Army was getting information about their presence in that area. They launched operation. And yesterday morning, contact was established while the troops were laying cordon in that area. That was the time when they tried to open fire on them. And in the firefight, 4 of our bravehearts lost their life. Today, finally, they have avenged martyrdom of our braveheart also. The 4 braveheart, which included 2 captain and 2 soldiers. And today morning, when they saw Qari coming out of hideout, they were able to pin him down. And within hours, they had been able to kill another associate of Qari also. Large quantities of arms and ammunition, which included AK rifle and some cartridges, have also been recovered from the encounter site. These 2 terrorists had been operating in this area for the last 1 year. Qari was specially sent by Pakistan High Command of Lashkar-e-Taiba to Jammu and Kashmir region, especially in Poonch and Rajouri, to revive terror-related activities. He was trying to brainwash and indoctrinate young minds. And he was specially trained for jungle warfare in the Afghanistan-Pakistan frontier. And that's one of the reasons that he had been able to survive for so long. For last 1 year, he was able to dodge security forces. He kept on switching over his hideout, shifting from one cave hideout to other cave hideout. And it was just 2 days back, he had come to one of the shrine. And after that, he was asking one of the villagers a route towards Gulabgarh area. Maybe he was planning some bigger activity there. That was the time when Army came to know about the presence of both Qari and his associate. Immediately after that, the search operation was launched in Kalakot Forest. Well, see, it's not easy conducting operation in this area. That's one of the reasons that at times there is a casualty of the forces also. And they were able to finally kill those 2 terrorists who had been a headache for the people and the security forces in this region. People have heaved a sigh of relief because it was getting very difficult for them to move. He is the man who is considered to be mastermind of Dangri operation. In Dangri village on January 1, we had seen that how terrorists came out to the Hindu village. They targeted members of the Hindu community because they wanted to communalize the atmosphere. And next year they triggered IED explosion, and in which some kids also lost their lives. And since they had been at large, after that they were responsible for one Kandi operation, in which 5 para commanders also lost their lives. And since then, security forces had been looking for them. They had been trying to gather information about their presence. And finally, they were able to pin down both the 2 terrorists responsible for the killing of innocent here in this region. They had been operating here for long. This way, the pan-Islamic terror outfit Lashkar-e-Taiba has got a major dent because they were trying to revive the terror-related activities south of Pir Panjal, especially in this border belt of Poonch and Rajouri, because the reason is that they wanted to create a hideout for them. They wanted to create a kind of help for all those terrorists who could have been infiltrated in the coming months, because they wanted to push in more and more terrorists, because Pakistan cannot change its strategy. Like a zebra cannot change its stride, Pakistan cannot change its strategy so far as India is concerned, because they will continue to sponsor terrorism. Though they are facing lot many problems back home, there is a political crisis, there is economic crisis. Despite that, they are using drug money so that they can continue with the terror activities. But finally today they got the jolt, major jolt, when two of their top commanders, one is Kari and his associate, have been gunned down by the army. This way, they have avenged martyrdom of all those 4 brave hearts who lost their life, which included 2 captain and 2 soldiers. This encounter continued for about 28 hours. Large quantities of arms and ammunition, which included AK rifle, which included several rounds. Some grenades have also been recovered because they were trying to break cordon. They wanted to mingle with the population. They wanted to rush toward the Riyasi side because all these mountains are interconnected. Like on one side it's the Riyasi, on the other side they can move toward the Doda region also. Then there is a Rajouri, they can move toward the Poonch side. So it's very difficult carrying out operation in that area because where the mountains also are like interconnected, and that way it becomes very easy for them to move from one forest belt to another forest belt, and it's not easy to conduct operation in such areas because jungle warfare, the major challenge remains that always enemy is at the advantageous position. They can see movement of the troops coming inside, and here in this case also Kari and his associate were able to see the troops moving inside the forest belt. That's one of the reasons that there was a casualty. But finally today they ensured that both of them are gunned down, and that way it's a big success for Army and Joint Operation Group of Police and CRPF.
Right, Pradeep. I appreciate you joining us on the broadcast with the latest and continuously tracking this big development for us, Pradeep. But for the moment, we'll have to leave it at that.